No one in the Galactic Council ever expected donuts to change first contact. On the distant research station KX-9, orbiting the blue-green world humans called Earth, a group of small alien cubs pressed their faces against a reinforced observation window. Their wide, glowing eyes followed a human scientist walking down the corridor, carrying a white box that smelled impossible. The cubs, all from the gentle Valari species, sniffed the air in unison. Sweet, warm, sugary, comforting. "What is that?" chirped Lumi, the smallest of the cubs, her fuzzy antennae twitching excitedly. "It smells like happiness," said Brick, his tail wagging so hard he nearly fell over. You see, Valari cubs were special. They could taste feelings in food. Joy, care, love, these were actual flavors to them. And right now the air was saturated with it. The human scientist, Dr. Maya Hernandez, stopped outside their habitat. She smiled softly, already knowing what had caught their attention. "All right," she said gently, kneeling down. "You smelled them, didn't you?" She opened the box. Inside were donuts, perfectly round, soft, glazed. Some were covered in chocolate, others dusted with sugar, and a few were filled with bright red jam. The cubs gasped, a sound like tiny bells echoing. "Circles of joy," Lumi exclaimed. "They shine," Brick added. Dr. Hernandez laughed. "They're called donuts. Humans eat them when we want comfort, or when we want to share something nice." She paused. Galactic protocol was strict about feeding alien juveniles human food, but after months of cooperation, trust, and careful safety tests, permission had finally been granted. She slid a small plate through the nutrient gate. One single, perfect donut rested on it. The cubs stared. Lumi reached out first, touching the glaze with a careful claw. Her eyes widened. "It's warm," she whispered. Brick leaned forward and took a bite. Silence fell. Then his tail froze. His ears perked straight up. His eyes filled with a shimmering light. "It tastes like being hugged," he said, his voice full of awe. Lumi quickly took her own bite. She froze too. "Oh stars," she breathed. "It tastes like someone wanted me to be happy." The other cubs rushed forward, each taking careful bites. The habitat filled with happy chirps, purrs, and delighted squeaks. Across the station, sensors went wild. Emotional resonance readings soared higher than ever recorded. The station AI flagged it immediately. Unprecedented positive response detected. Within minutes, the Galactic Council demanded an explanation. Dr. Hernandez stood before a whole assembly of towering alien representatives. "You fed the cubs what?" boomed a crystalline delegate. "A human pastry," hissed another. Dr. Hernandez didn't flinch. "It's called a donut," she said calmly. "It's simple. Flour, sugar, oil. But humans don't just make food to survive. We make it to care." The Valari ambassador, Elder Selm, stepped forward, his eyes misty. "Our cubs have never reacted like this," he said softly. "They are sensing something beyond nutrients. They're tasting intent." Dr. Hernandez replied. "Every donut is made with the hope that it makes someone smile." Selm closed his eyes. "Then humans have mastered a rare art," he said. "You have learned how to bake kindness." The council was silent. Later that day, Earth received an official request. Not for weapons, not for technology, for donuts. Within weeks, human bakers were working alongside alien scientists. Recipes were translated. Ovens were redesigned for zero gravity. Glazes were tested for interspecies safety. The Valari cubs became the galaxy's happiest taste testers. They tried chocolate donuts and giggled uncontrollably. They tried strawberry-filled donuts and rolled around in bliss. They tried plain sugar donuts and declared them perfect for sad days. One day, Lumi asked a question that stunned everyone. "Do humans eat donuts alone?" Dr. Hernandez smiled sadly. Sometimes Lumi frowned. "They shouldn't." From that day on, Valari ships always arrived with donuts and company. Human diplomats noticed something remarkable. Negotiations went smoother when donuts were shared. Conflicts softened. Old grudges melted over warm glaze and laughter. The galaxy learned a simple truth. Humans didn't conquer the stars with force. They didn't dominate with fear. They brought donuts. They brought warmth. They brought the strange, powerful idea that even in the cold darkness of space, everyone deserved a small, sweet moment of joy. And somewhere on a distant station, small alien cubs still waited eagerly by the window, hoping, smelling the air, waiting for the next box to open. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tales from across the galaxy.